Hello guys, welcome back to another episode. I am Ki.
And I'm Renate.
And this is the Faith Gossip Podcast. So yes guys, welcome back to this new year. Happy New Year wherever you guys are watching from. We hope you guys had an amazing festival season. You got to reset. You are ready for the new year.
Yes, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you are all, having an amazing new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, welcome to the new year where we are going to trust God and just walk in His will.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of people are saying Happy New Year, new resolution, new me.
New me.
New plans, new friends, all these things. But so before we get into that, I just want, to say something. It's like, rather say it's a new year, but a better version of myself. Work on yourself. We need your story. Whatever you did in the past, that is what we need so that you can be a better person, this new year.
Yes, because oftentimes we are always like, okay, new year, new me. But then we are still, practicing the same things. We are still walking in our old ways, following the same patterns.
Yeah.
So as long as you are still following the same patterns that you were following last year, you're not going to have a new year.
Yes.
You're still going to have the same year. Even though it's a new year, you're still going to be living in the old. So yeah, what are we talking about? What is,
We just,
our topic?
I guess we're just going through how last year was.
Yeah.
And the expectations we have, for this new year, personally, and also just as a podcast. So yes, what did you learn last year?
What did I learn last year? Yeah, I have learned a lot of things. I've really learned a lot of things. And one thing that I have learned is that when God closes a door, just because I know where the key is, it doesn't mean that I should go take the key and open the door and go back inside. You get me? Because oftentimes God removes certain things from our lives, or He takes us from certain environments and places. Yet because we still have access to those places, we tend to go back, and I have done that a lot in the past year. And it did not end well. It did not end well.
Yeah.
It just ended up destroying me more mentally, So throughout this year, I'm just going to try to walk in the will of God. When God says no, I'll accept that His no means no. I should not try to, sometimes you're like, okay, God, no, do you mean like not yet? I can try later.
You can try later.
Yeah, we just need to understand that when God says no, no means no. It doesn't mean not yet. Okay, in some cases, it does mean not yet.
Yeah.
But some things are just clear that, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. Yeah. What did you learn?
So what I've learned is that nobody owes me anything. And I owe everyone everything I can give, So what that basically means is, I believe, it's basically how Jesus lived. It's like people didn't really owe Him love, but He showed love. As I give, I'm not expecting anybody else to give, but that is what God is expecting me to do.
True.
So there is one thing I've learned, that in as much as somebody may not greet me or whatever, is that I'm willing to greet somebody out there and they are going to be touched by my greeting. Because I remember, I think 2 days back, I was at school. So I was sitting waiting for a class. And then this lecturer comes and she's like, "Hi, how are you? Why are you sitting outside? Are you, first year, or, you seem lost?" But the way she spoke to me and the way she greeted me, that really made my day. So if somebody out there is willing to say, what, she doesn't owe me a greeting, but she's willing to greet me, and that made my day. So if we go out with that mentality of, you don't owe me anything, but I owe you everything, just to, greet you, tell you I love you, share, gift and all those things. At the end of the day, I'm not really expecting anything in return. So there is one thing I'm really, even taking into this new year, that nobody owes me anything, but I owe them a lot of things.
Yeah, because I believe oftentimes we tend to withhold even certain things from people just because even they have wronged us. You know, I know that person might have hurt you. That person might have done something that you did not like. But we are required to give love and to forgive. It was said that you should love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and many people are like, no, love those who that's love the people that love you,
yeah.
and then hate those that hate
yeah.
you. But come on, we are like Christians, you know, we are people of love, you know. So as a child of God, just because someone has done you wrong, it does not mean that you should reciprocate that bad, you know. Yeah.
Yes, I think I also watched something. This is, you know, one of the politicians was saying that, the late president was saying that in as much as we may have, you know, our political beliefs and all these things, at the end of the day, don't write off somebody. Because sometimes we are like, you know, Renate has hurt me. You know, we understand that she really did hurt you, but don't write her off.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you should understand that we are human beings and we all make mistakes. And maybe at that moment when she did that, she was in a dark place. So for you, you don't really have to write her off, rather embrace her. You know, at the end of the day, the love that she is showing to you or you are showing to her, it's gonna change her. And she's like going to be like, but he has been showing me love, but
it's gonna change the person.
But she, you know, I hurt her in all these things, you know. So if we show love to people, I believe at the end of the day, it's gonna lead to repentance and, you know, forgiveness. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if God wanted to bless that person through you, and now that person's blessing is gonna, you know, be kept back just because you refused to show some love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that I've learned is to submit my plans and my ways to God. You know, I believe for the past year, and not only years, I've been, you know, doing my own things. At some point, I found myself walking in my own ways, you know, planning things by myself, and then I just go ahead without consulting God, you know. But the Bible says that remember the Lord in everything that you do, you know, and He will make your ways prosperous. So I have found myself failing at some things. But imagine if I had submitted that specific thing to God. He would have even showed me that, okay, no, this is not what I want you to do, and this is not how I want you to handle this situation. I want you to handle it differently.
Yeah.
So yeah, in this new year, we should, like, you know, submit our ways to God. Everything, before we carry out something, we should submit it to God. We should consult God that, God, is this really your will for my life? Is this really what you want me to do? Yes.
Yes, to add on that is that one can only submit the plans, the vision into God's hands when they believe that God is the only person that can help them, you know, achieve these plans, right? So if you think that you're well able and equipped to,
In your own ways.
to, you know, in your own, you're
strength.
willing to do things on your own strength. At the end of the day, you're gonna start a business and you invest your money, and you know your money is then gone, and then you ask, and then the stupid thing about people, we get to go back and say, but God, why did you allow me go through this situation and all these things?
You said that you'll never fail me.
You know, all these things. Now you're blaming God instead of you going back to, you know, would have been better if you just went to God and said, like, but God, what do you think about this plan that I'm, you know, trying to invest my money in? So it's really important that the moment I think the thing is also the vision should come from God.
Exactly.
Don't just come up with things and whatnot, but rather it should be a vision that comes from God. Because when it comes from God, then at the end of the day, I believe it's gonna succeed.
Yeah, because we are always having our own thoughts, you know, of the things that even we, like, our human nature desires. But then you need to understand that we are not here to do our will, but just like Jesus, we are here to do the will of our Father, you know, of God. So if you believe that you can do anything according to your own accord, you are going to fail. It's a fact. You might, at first, it might, you know, the things of the world, at first, not the things of the world, but yeah, your own plans.
Yeah.
And yeah, the things of the world. Sometimes it may look, you know, when you look at it on top, it looks promising, but under there, it's not. So you need to be able to submit everything to God and consult in all our thoughts.
But the thing is also, it might even succeed. But just because it does succeed, it doesn't mean it's God's will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Bible says that Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So sometimes, let's say you are praying for something, and then suddenly you are seeing that thing, like you are receiving it, and then you're like, oh God, thank you, hallelujah, I finally received what I've been praying for. But then again, what if it's not even from God?
Yeah.
You know? So even when you have prayed about something and then you receive it, you must still go back to God. You must not just, move forward and do whatever it is that you wanted to do, but you must still take it back to God, that is this really from you? But yeah, again, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. So the signs are going to be there always, that if it's from God or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, a lesson I learned was, I think, being in the moment. Embracing where you are in life. If I'm eating oats in the morning, I'm just gonna be there and not think about what I'm supposed to do in a year's time and all this. There is one thing I realized when I turned 22. I was just like, God, thank you for this 20 years. Like for the first, because most of the times I'm like, when I'm 25, I should be having this, I should be having this.
Should be married.
But I was just like, God, I'm grateful for this 22 years. And if I'm even to die now, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just content with where I was. So there is one thing I've learned, just to embrace the moment, enjoy the moment, because life is short. So instead of, it's good to chase the dream, but if you are not enjoying the dream, at the end of the day, you just be chasing the dream and, not enjoying what you've walked. Rather, enjoy the process of, reaching the dream.
Yeah, I feel like that's one thing that I've learned also, just to be content also in everything. Because I found myself, let's say, I have gotten even what I prayed for, let's say I prayed for it even a year ago. I would be so caught up in the moment, like, okay, no, at this point of my life, I thought that I would be having my job, I'll be having my house. But the fact that I have life and I have a place to live in, even though it's not my own place, I should still, appreciate and just live in the moment. Guys, life is too short,
life is too short.
So instead of living, your life complaining always like, okay, why did I not receive this? I thought I would be, there are those people that set up goals like, okay, by 20, I must have my own car. By 25, I must be married. And then suddenly you reach 25, you don't even have anyone in your life. And then you are there crying like, okay, God, why are you taking so long? And so on and so on. But you need to understand that God is always on time.
Yeah.
God is always on time. Yeah, but what is next?
Another plan, one thing I've learned is that show up.
Yes.
No matter how, sometimes it's no matter how sick you are. Because if you don't show up, who will do the work? So show up every time. And I believe showing up also, if you are showing up at church, I believe people get to trust you more. You're more reliable than somebody who's just coming in whenever they want. So show up, bring forth your best. Show up with, with smiles, not complaining like, why do I have to be the one doing this every time? But show up and, do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. As people, one thing I've noticed is that oftentimes we want growth, but we are so comfortable in our stagnancy. We are not doing the things, that we need to do in order for us to be where we want to be. It's just like a person, and that's one thing also that I have learned, okay? I'm like, okay, God, I need a job, but you're not even gonna submit your CVs. Okay, God, I need to publish a book, but you're not even writing.
Yeah.
Okay, God, I need to go to this place, but you're not even finding out all the things that are needed for you to be able to achieve it. So guys, let's stop being comfortable. Let's stop being lazy.
Yeah.
Let's stop being lazy. And if we want to achieve something, then we should go after it. We should do whatever is it. In this year, if you have a goal, if you have something that you want to achieve, show up. Stop being so comfortable. You are there sleeping in your bed and then wishing and dreaming, and then I wish I had this and this, but you're not even doing the things. So guys, please, let's show up. Let's stop being comfortable.
Yeah, so there was this other lady, I think a pastor at my church, it's like he had an interview situation. So the pastor called this lady. It's like, okay, we have the interview sorted tomorrow and whatnot. And yeah, so then the day came for her to come for the interview. And then the lady was saying, no, I can't come because I don't have kept money. I mean, like, if you really want the job, it's like you can even work. You can even work and just,
Maybe it was fun.
Yeah, bruh, just make a plan.
Yeah, nah.
It's like, no, I can't come because I don't have taxi money.
But she can't even borrow from someone.
It would have been better if she said, like, I can't come. Are you able to pay for me taxi? Like, come on, man. Like, you just don't do that. Like, for me, Renate, if I'm told that I have employment, I didn't have employment for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm told, this is your job. All you have to do is just come in, sign the papers, then tomorrow you start. And then you're telling me I don't have kept money.
Yeah. Just walk.
Yeah, just walk, man. I think you can work and be late and be there, and then you tell the boss, I came, but I'm late because I didn't have kept money. The fact that you showed up, the boss is even going to say, this person really wants the job. So they're willing to give you the job, So it's high time you showed up and
Show up.
Because if you don't show up, you might not receive the thing. The thing is not going to come at your house. But if you show up, you might find the thing there.
Yeah, and then you'll be there complaining and praying against the spirit of delay and spirit of poverty. But then, why are you... you are causing the delay yourself because you are not showing up.
Exactly.
You are not showing up. So, I remember, I think it was last year, this other one time, I go to college. So, this other one time, I did not have, taxi money. And then I'm there like, okay, I really love what I'm studying right now, And I know that if I miss a day, when you're like studying film, when you miss a day at school, it's like you have missed a whole film. Like, it's like you have missed a whole production. When you go back, people you have learned new things. I'm like, now should I stay here and complain to God about how I'm not having taxi money? Or should I wake up early and walk to school, even if I have to walk 2 hours?
Yeah.
And you know what I decided to do? I walked. And then did I come back walking again? No. Because God provided again for me to come back. So what you need is just to show up. Just show up. Do whatever is it that you are able to do. And God is going to provide. Yeah. So what are the expectations that you have for 2024?
Expectations for 22. Obviously, we're expecting nice things.
Nice things.
So the one thing I'm really expecting this new year is to create an amazing community.
Yeah.
I feel like I need people who are at a higher level than I am. Like people who sit in the parliament, people who sit like in bigger position, man. Like I just need a circle of people at the higher level.
People that are where you need to be, where you want to be.
So, because I know with those people, I get more connections. I'm presented with better opportunities just because of the people I'm surrounding myself with. So there is one thing I want, this new year, there is one thing I want to, expect just to, have this new community of, great people. Yeah.
As for me, the number one expectation on my list is healing. Towards the end of the year, I had a lot of mental breakdowns. And then I just realized that, I thought I healed from these things, but honestly, all I did was cover up. So I'm going to focus on my healing throughout the year. Not like that's the only thing I'm going to focus on, but I've realized that if I don't heal from certain things, then then the things that I want might not work out for me. Because let's say I have passed through money, and then I enter a relationship now. It might not work out because I have not healed from all the pain that I went through, you know, as a child. Yeah, all the trust issues and all those kind of stuff, you know. So going through all those mental breakdowns that I went through, I was like, no, I feel like I have delayed my healing long enough, and it's finally time I focus on my healing and I make the necessary things that I needed in order for me to heal. Yeah, the other thing is inconsistency and procrastination. Yo, guys, I don't know about you all, but I tend to procrastinate quite a lot. And you know, once you start procrastinating, you are going to have delay in your life. And that's when the praying against spirit of delay comes in that we are talking about. But then again, you are the one that is, you are always pushing things. Okay, I'm going to do it when, and then you just sleep, you know, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to do it. And then the next day when it comes again, you're like, okay, I'm going to do it the other day. And then the next thing you see, the whole year is done already and you do not even achieve anything. So let's stop being inconsistent in our dreams, in things that we are working, you know, on, and let's stop procrastinating. Yeah.
In as much as you may, I believe, have plans for the year and all this, I think sometimes when let's say now we are in Feb, I look at my book where I wrote my plans. And I now begin to feel a little bit overwhelmed. So I now want to somehow, you know, scratch. It's like, I think we can push this
It's not possible
to next year. So there is somehow also being inconsistent. You're not showing up for your vision. So, and then that's the, you know, the enemy telling you that you can't achieve this and all these things. And he's a liar, you know. So what I can tell you about this, you know, going for your dreams and, you know, showing up is that, you know, take it step by step. Like if I say I want to be healthy this year, so being healthy maybe is my body wise, you know, I drink water in the morning, you know, eat an apple, just basic things so that, you know, at the end of the day, I could be, you know, healthy.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe also with, you know, a relationship with God, because you feel like I can't wake up early in the morning and whatnot. But, you know, just take it step by step where you speak to God, you know, 5 minutes, read the word, on, you know, have the word on your phone because you're always having your phone on you.
Yeah.
So if you focus on the bigger picture, sometimes you might feel like it's overwhelming and, you know, you get anxious and you feel like you can't achieve the dream. But rather, you know, break it down every day so that at the end of the day you can say, but look, I've accomplished this, you know, throughout the year. Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing that I want us to do, not us, but okay, I'm going to do, note down, let's say you have figured out what you want to do for the whole year. Let's say, okay, my goal is, you know, to grow out. Let me just give a basic example. My goal is to grow out my hair. What are the things that I need in order to grow out my hair? So, you know, the Bible says that write down the vision. So I believe, you know, I'm a writer, so I love writing, but I believe everyone should be writing whatever is it that they want to achieve. So I write down, okay, I want to grow out my hair. So what are the things that I need in order to grow out my hair? I need to buy this product and this product and this product. So with every plan that you have this year, write it down and write down the things that are under that plan that you need to do in order to achieve that plan.
And then just place it on your daily basis, like, you know.
And pray about your plans. Don't just make plans.
Exactly.
Involve God in your plans, guys. Yeah.
So another thing is that if you don't plan for your life, like this is just, if you don't plan for your life, just know that at the end of the year, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
And if you also don't plan for your life, the enemy is going to plan for you.
Nice one.
You know, and somebody also is going to plan for you. Because if I wake up in the morning, I don't have anything to do, Renate can come and call me and say, let's go eat kapana. The next few hours, another person comes, let's do this, let's do this. but rather plan for your life and allow God, to inspire those plans. So it's really much important that you plan for your life, because if you don't plan for your life, the enemy and somebody else will plan for your life, and you will be wasting your time there.
Yeah, I guess we have come to
The conclusion.
the conclusion.
So yes, guys, that was our, New
Year resolution, I guess.
Yes.
You can
It's
call
not a New Year situation, but it's New Year, a better me.
Yeah,
So it's
better vision.
Kid 2.5 or Renate 2.6 or whatever. It's a better version. We're working towards a better version for ourselves. So yes, guys, we'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye, guys.